Guys, how's it going? So first of all, sorry I'm a little bit late with the daily challenge. I did this on my laptop earlier today, so that means I don't even know the name of this daily challenge. Something too big for space or something like that, I don't know. But all you really have to do is use a bunch of really big towers that take up a lot of space, and then beat space trucking on hard for around like 45 or something like that. Yeah, I think it's 45. And overall, I would say it really wasn't that difficult. It was a little bit difficult to get no lives lost, but if I was playing on my PC, I'd probably beat it, like, no problem. But because I was playing on my laptop, and it took me, get this, 52 minutes to beat the game. 52 minutes. From 45 to 85. You believe that? I was auto-clicking most of the time, but still, that was just plain ridiculous. So I was super angry that it took me such a long time. And I was just chilling there, super duper bored, like, not knowing what to do. And I eventually beat it, and if I lost, I probably would have broke my computer, not to lie. Not gonna lie. So, yeah, all I really did was, for the strategy, I started off with a regular, I think, 3-2 mortar, if I remember correctly, and a 3-0 plane, and then I'm like a banana farm. And then I just made sure I got a couple dartling guns for 46 and 40 and 50, and then the first few levels where the Moabs come, like 52 and 53 and all them. And the dartling guns were my main Moab popping power, and the planes and the Moa and the mortar were my main popping power. So that's really all I did for that. And then once I could, I got a laser dartling gun guy, a 3 probably 0, 3, or I mean a 3 probably 1 dartling gun, and then I saved up for pretty much a Spectre. And once I got the Spectre, it was actually pretty easy. I just sold my banana farms, I turned on the auto clicker, and I just bought another 4-2 boat. So once you get a Spectre and a boat, then you're pretty much set. But you still probably want to get another Spectre around level maybe 78 or 79 or somewhere around there. Otherwise, you might have a little bit of a problem. The only really big problem is that the Spectre really doesn't know what to shoot or where to shoot. It wants to shoot the closest thing to it, and that can cause you a few problems. So yeah, just be a little bit careful with your Spectre. You definitely don't want them to get the balloons to just kind of run by, and while your Spectre's shooting some Moabs or something like that. You do need something that's going to kill the Moabs. So that's really all I got for the strategy. I know it's really bad, and I know this video is late, but I figured I'd talk about something sort of interesting, at least I think so. And a lot of people are mentioning this in one of my videos, and they just wanted to know what's going to happen for the end of the world. I'm going to give you my quick, like 2 to 3 minute explanation of what I think is going to happen. Now, first of all, the end of the world. Now that's kind of like, wait. What do you mean the end of the world? Like the end of people or the end of the world? So there's 2 different situations here. We could go with the end of the people or the end of the world, or the end of Earth. And now first of all, I'm going to go over the way that Earth is going to end, because there's pretty much no way around that, but there is different ways that the people could end. So the Earth, what's going to happen to it? Well, in 4.5, 5 billion years or so, what's going to happen? Well, our sun's going to become unstable because it's going to run out of hydrogen. And what happens when the sun runs out of hydrogen diffused into helium? Well, then the star starts to get smaller and smaller and smaller for a little while, I don't even know exactly how long, but maybe 100, 1,000 years, maybe even 1,000,000 years. But it's going to keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller until there's enough gravity and enough pressure that you can start converting helium into larger elements, for example, carbon and oxygen. And I say carbon and oxygen just because those are the main ones I usually think of when I think of stars fusing larger elements. So once that happens, the star that we have is going to get gigantic. It's going to get so big that it's probably going to engulf Earth, and if not, it's probably going to at least engulf Mercury and Venus, which, if you think about that is gigantic. All that space in between Mercury and Venus and Earth is going to be engulfed by this giant red star. And so yeah, that's pretty much going to be the end of Earth. That's what's going to happen. Now, will the Earth die because the star gets smaller and smaller? Maybe. I mean, you're probably going to have some, like, bacteria and stuff still living, but humans probably, they won't survive. They probably will die a little bit sooner than that, probably from the inactivity of the star or too much activity of the star. And then the way the people die, honestly, I think that people are going to probably live for a really freaking long time. And this is completely debatable on whether you think that humans are going to be able to have space travel and going to be able to go to different planets and different stars and different maybe from galaxies eventually. But honestly, I think that humans, if they don't wipe themselves out in the next maybe 200, 300 years, they're going to be pretty much immortal. They're going to live in space, and if you have, there's not going to be like space fights where you have laser fights with all these spaceships, but you might have spaceships that actually travel out to different planets or different stars or something like that. And by then our technology is going to be so unbelievably crazy that we're basically going to become immortal, where we probably won't be humans anymore. We'll probably be a new species, because obviously evolution does happen, and we might be genetically favoring certain things for future humans. And we can do that on purpose too. It doesn't just have to be natural selection. We can actually do genetic, you know what I mean, guys, where we get to pick the genes that we want in the next generation. And so then we can have like a new species of humans or people that are super smart and all that, and living in space. So, I mean, that's totally possible. I think it's not on the verge of craziness. And now I'm not saying this is going to happen in, 100 years and 50 years. No, I'm saying we're talking millions, billions of years. What's going to happen to humans? That could possibly happen. So thanks for watching, guys.